Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. That's a small room.
Can
I?
Oh yeah, you can move that for sure.
Oh, thank you.
That's good.
Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Leanna, and my story about close encounters is about close encounters getting caught dating your colleague.
Ooh.
So, for those of you who are not familiar with current best practices for dating your colleague, don't date someone in your chain of command. So, don't date your boss, don't date someone who reports to you, don't date someone who is in your immediate team that you work with day to day. So, if those requirements are met, then you can date your colleague. But you do need to keep it a secret until it is like for serious, you know? Like you don't want people up in your business. But then if it's for serious, you probably need to tell HR, which is, ew. Like I didn't want to do that. And like what can happen is like either one or both of you like could get fired if you declare it to HR, or they can just like use it and like hold it against you later, or like just make sure you guys never work together again. It could get weird. It's not ideal, is what I'm saying. So I was in a situation where I moved to a new team at work, and an old pal from my old team invited himself to visit me in New York City for a date. So very exciting. He was living in Binghamton at the time. I was living in New York City. And he came down to New York City and made a long weekend out of it. So he was in the office with me for Thursday and Friday before the date, which is so mean. I had nervous diarrhea for 2 days, not my fault. That's just rude. So that Friday, we're in the office, and a third colleague, Haley, who is also visiting from out of town, is like, oh, let's get dinner. And like, we're all mutual friends. It would be very rude to not hang out with Haley. We're also like trying to pretend like we're not going on a date later. And she is not a dummy. We're not lying to her, but we also like have plans later that she is not invited to, which makes it like very clear that we're on a date or going to go on a date. So at dinner, I'm like silently pleading with Haley, like, please let me have this. Just be cool. I haven't even kissed him yet, please. Let this happen. And so we part ways with Haley. I'm like, okay, I think Haley's gonna be cool about it. And the rest of the weekend goes great. It's super fun, great dates. And so Ben, 2 weeks later, comes back to visit me again. And so we're in New York City, we're on the High Line. So if you're not familiar, the High Line is a park in New York City, and there's lots of it's an elevated railway, so it's at like second story level, and there's trees and sculptures and like really beautiful views of the Hudson River. It's a super cute date spot. So we're like walking and holding hands and making out on the High Line, and from like 300 yards away, someone is like, oh, is that Ben Landers? Like firsty lasty status, like it's definitely him. So these other two colleagues see us and flag us down, and so it's like, okay, we can't avoid them. And we talk to them, and the woman who flagged us down was like, oh, like asking about the recent like team reshuffling, so she knows that like I moved from the other team, and that it's definitely me, and it's definitely Ben. And I'm like, oh, okay. But they're two colleagues hanging out together on a Saturday on the High Line too. Like, they're also on a date. So the four of us are kind of like, you know, at the end of this interaction, making eye contact, like, we didn't see you, right? You didn't see us? Can we silently not acknowledge that this ever happened, please? So we part ways with them, and you know, Monday rolls around, nothing happens at work, it's fine. It appears that no one knows. And Tuesday rolls around, and there are mass layoffs. I, unrelated, lose my job. So, you know, it's fine, I got a new job, it's okay, I'm fine. And so we're like, well, we don't have to worry about deciding if it's time to tell HR now. That's great. So, you know, time moves on, Ben becomes my boyfriend, it's great. All of our old colleagues from the team when we work together find out, everyone's happy for us, it's cute. More than a year later, we're at another colleague, Molly's, wedding, and Haley is there, and Haley is like, oh yeah, that time we were all at dinner in New York City, I immediately texted Molly, I totally crashed their date. And Molly and Haley were good buddies and didn't tell HR. So those were our close encounters of not getting caught by HR.